Hello everybody, welcome to Zelda Speedruns 2, where we have the Minish Randomizer weekly race. I am joined, I'm not going to be on comms, but joining us on comms today we have Hendris and Zalza. So go ahead and I'll pass it over to you guys and we'll be starting momentarily.
Hello. Yeah, welcome. TMCR. We've got the weekly. And today we've got Sean, Mashi, Myth, and Breakson on the stream. The seat war is still shrouded in mystery, so I'm not gonna name the poor soul who will be placed on the ban list. So yeah. We should be off in a few seconds, I think. Yeah, okay, fantastic. So yeah, just a couple of more seconds so that the countdown delay goes, and we'll be ready soon. And we're off. Ooh, we have to have one Ocarina. Or do we? It's a trap. Okay, so with the race settings, we've got traps enabled. And the Ocarina, usually one of the speedrunner's best friends, is actually a trap.
Always a trap in Smith's house.
Not always, no. We've had a couple of genuine ocarinas in Smith's house before. But not today, though.
Okay, sword.
So we do have a sword
Shaun not doing... Oh, there's a kinstone on color.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Sean not going to check Juliet's house. Neither.
Yeah, Shaun also wind tribe, so he's missing a sword.
Yeah.
Sword.
He's going straight to Howard Castle Garden. While Mashi, Myth, and Smash are going for the they're going for the Whippy Cave, which is presenting them with a Castle Stone and the Grip Ring. So yeah, apart from that, well, with the sword now, we do have access to a couple more checks in London.
Okay, that's a quick start.
Ooh, that's a very quick start. And cave. Okay. We have a very good start right now. So we've got sword, jar, and cape, and an element check from Smash. So wall crypt and droplets are non-required. Yeah, it really screams Deepwood. Now the only issue with that is that we can't access Deepwood. To access Deepwood, we do need to have either the Jabbernet or the flippers. And so far, that's not the case. However, with the grip ring so first of all, with the cape, they've got access to Torby. They're still missing a bottle for proper Krenel access. Never mind, Sean just found the Krenel. Sean just found the bottle. So they are gonna go for Krenel first.
Refreshing Greggle.
The issue with Krenel though is, are you going to continue to what you call it?
Oh, vanilla boomerang.
Mm-hmm, yeah, there was a vanilla boomerang, by the way. We do have the magical boomerang in the Tingle Trees in vanilla, where we pick them up in any percent to boss door clip in droplets and in palace. There's a fake cape on the shop. And another Kinston, so that's good to keep in mind. Smash trying to determine whether it's a real cape or a fake one, but it's a trap one.
Don't say it's a fake one.
I mean, we already have the genuine article, so it's got to be a fake. Yeah, Sean is actually going to Krenel without the grip ring. Yes, all shop items right now are fake.
Unless one the freestanding.
Yeah, apart from the one in back.
Can be a real one.
So basically, we have a little glitch in the logic right now, or sorry, not a glitch, but more or less an oversight or bug. That town can't can't calculate the amount of checks. Sorry, the amount of rupees correctly. So all of those items that you pay for are bugged, and they can't be genuine items. They can be minor items, but no major ones.
Revo. Syrup isn't broken, I think.
Only the shop items.
Yeah, so it's only.
Yeah, only in town. The scraps in Krenel, in Toby, and Syrup, they are still good to go. But yeah, looks like Sean only checked the first small check in the back of in the back of the Krenel base. How long have they been broken?
Oh no, it doesn't have grip ring.
So Dax, it has been broken since 6.1, and 6.1 released, I want to say back in fall or in late summer last year. But that's just because the next update will probably be 7.0. Yeah, the next update will probably just be 7.0 with a new logic. At least that's what I'm kind of thinking it's going to turn out to. Sean predicted joining. But yeah, with all what the winners have right now, it's either progression in Minish Woods or in Krenel. However, Krenel is looking really, really juicy right now, due to them having the cape and the grip ring. Oh right,
We
yeah.
we already have cuff access.
We do have we do have access to Cape of Flames. However, we don't have the cane.
Yeah, but we have more shield, so we can access Cave of Flames.
We can access, and we can clear the first half of Cave of Flames, basically. Sean joining the chicken.
Always drums the cocoa.
Yeah, so that's a small issue with the Kako game. If you join the Kako, you have to restart the mini game because there's 3 Kakos, and Andrew wants all 3 of them. Yeah, having no bombs hurt a bit, but they do have the Gust Jar, so they should be fine.
Right, bomb so many checks, but you can already access the beans. So
yes, like okay, either it's gonna be the beanstalk or the bomb block theft, and I think I would actually prefer the beanstalk here in this case. Although I don't know. Yeah, I think I would just go to Krenel just because I would think that the others would prioritize Minish Woods first. I think that's
always doing Fountain. Or just
yeah. So it actually looks like Myth is gonna prioritize Fountain here. It's like droplets. No, you're not. Right, we do have cape. We do have we do have droplets access as well with the cape. Yeah. Yeah, it's either. Honestly, I think I would go for Krenel first because it's either going to be Minish Wood and then droplets, or first droplets and then Minish Woods for the others. I would actually go. Ooh, okay. There's a Cloud Up Skinstone and the green sword for Mashi. I think I would actually head down to Cave of Flames just for the off chance of a vanilla or French vanilla cane here. Yeah, droplets wouldn't actually be too risky because you can easily extend that play into Minish Woods. Or you could do Minish Woods first and then hop over to Lake Hylia area after that. Myth is doing Kakos as well. Usually he doesn't do that. But it has to be a good decision since Cave of Flames is actually required. So whatever Myth does with Krenel, it's going to be the right play. That's usually how this meme goes. But yeah, we've got almost all of them in Krenel right now, apart from Myth, who's still dangling around and about in town. getting his heart piece.
Yeah, I wonder if you have more checks in Quenelle or just the east part of the map right now.
I think
You have Minish Loop, you have droplets, you have the ranch.
I think Quenel's a bit more dense right now than, let's say, droplets, just because we are still looking.
You also leave more check because you leave all the bomb checks, including the ferry.
Yeah. Oh well. That's the risk that you're bound to take, I suppose. But yeah, there's probably more on Quenel. Is there? Maybe just be pretty even, because it's the entirety of Lake and Minish Woods. That being said, Minish Woods is probably an earlier sphere, so there might be the bomb back there. Who knows? Myth actually the first person to check the Kinstone.
I think I would take okay,
It's very
faithful.
Okay, so they are missing a bomb bag to access Cloudtops.
Very powerful one. As soon as we have bombs.
As soon as they have bombs.
There's a lot of checks there.
Yes, but do consider that these checks in Veilfolds and Cloudtops are going to be out of logic, since Smith is missing the lantern.
Sean deciding to go to Cuff.
Yeah, Sean. Yeah. I agree with this play here.
Yeah,
Just
which
because
isn't bad.
It's just a gamble. It's a pretty good gamble at that as well.
Since you have all of these part of the map, but if it pays off, it's...
Yeah. I like this play from Sean. I'm sure there's droplets, there's Minish Woods, there's Lake. Yeah, it's either... I guess it's just up to personal preference here. I mean, you've got to visit Quenel eventually. Might as well do it earlier and pick up, whatever's there. And if there's an Ocarina here or Kane, even better, because Sean could either swiftly return or just fall click kilograms.
Did Shaun get his Wind Tribe sword?
No, Sean has not checked Wind Tribe yet.
Okay, that's risky because if there's bomb at Wind Tribe,
should be fine.
He would be missing a lot of. Well, he doesn't know if there's not bombs, but.
So, things with the green sword, it only unlocks one check. So not picking up the green sword is not as bad as, say, not picking up the red sword.
Green sword also does more damage, so...
Yeah, but damage, it's not important to us. Damage is, like, secondary. You want to have the red sword for the checks, not for the damage. And same goes for green sword. Like, the damage is nice to have, but... when you think of getting the green sword, when you see the green sword, your first instinct is like, sweet, one more than I'm at the red sword, and not, sweet, more damage. That's not how you should think with the green sword. It's like, it's your for the red sword.
At every enemy. In a few seconds, every time.
You win maybe a frame or two, because that's how long it takes for Link to swing a sword. The difference in damage between Smith's sword and green sword, it's negligible. It's oh, how do you pronounce that? Negligible. You know what I mean. It's too little to
okay, what was in the? Okay, where I'm going.
Sean found the bestiary and 2 keys. He activated the Windcrest and now he's just bailing. Yeah, exactly, Dex. That word that I can't pronounce.
An hour as a trap, right?
Yeah, it could be a trap.
Where are they living then?
But yeah, Sean is prioritizing.
Did he save? Did he save?
So Sean didn't save. He said this. He said the what you call it? He said the Windcrest. And there's
spin attack.
Yeah, you might want to pick up that hard container myth. Smash actually the first person to visit Simon. Simon has had a couple of swords lately, so it's definitely worth the risk. Yeah, there's Sean's green sword. A bottle for Simon. sorry, a bottle for Brixton, and a London key for Myth. So that is London access if he wouldn't have already had it with the game.
Yeah, you have. So.
Ooh,
Then-
and there's another. Okay, there's Red
the
Sword.
first word, You
There's-
already have.
Hmm?
Step 15 Western Woods access.
Yeah, that's nifty.
Oh, okay, bombs only on luck 1 check.
Yeah, so Western Woods is really good to have, especially this early. Just because Western Woods is so loaded with checks. It's it's like, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 checks perhaps. So it's spin. Myth picked up the spin in Minish Woods. It's that one chest north of the first portal you encounter. Yeah, it's outside Deepwood. So they have spin, which they need for Western Woods access. So yeah, right now the best play for Myth would be to get to the Beanstalk, and for everyone else to get to Minish Village. Just because it does seem like there's gonna be progression on the Red Sword at this time.
Where Western Woods is 38 checks? 37.
I don't know, no clue. It's a heck of a lot checks, and
Okay.
there's the cane for
That's
Myth.
okay.
The
You can
cane-
go finish Cave of Flames right now.
Yeah, so with the cane, Myth's first instinct will be, hey, Cave of Flames for clear. Fantastic.
You
Now, the issue
Cave
with
of
that...
Flames, you go to the Beanstalk. Well, ever you do Carve first, or you do the Beanstalk first, but you do one after the other.
Yeah, it's either of them. But it will... Sorry.
You have Cave anyway, so you can't gain more time in Cave of Flames.
Exactly. So,
Let you about it.
no, right now,
Myth is going droplets.
it's not a bad call. But Prana should be looking really attractive for him right now.
Or you might as well go to droplets.
Mhm. But yeah, I'm actually now with the Red Sword. Which means that after Minish Village, they should be expected to go up. Sorry, to go down to Minish. Sorry, they should go down to Western Woods. There we go. But perhaps that's something for Myth here and Droplets. And only Droplet Slip is never the wrong choice. It's just that Myth is missing the sword up on Krennel. But he should expect that. Okay, I'm actually doing a safe scan for Minish Woods. So he'll plop out right there, and then he'll make his way up Hylia. Okay. I mean, you could have gone for the lower... Oh, doesn't matter, actually. There's Fastspin, the Ocarina.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a really good play by Myth. He now knows that... Yeah, okay, see? He just checked his...
Yeah,
his tracker.
Cave of Flames is an element, so...
Yeah, but it's not a turbojet seat so far. The knight is still very, very young. Don't worry about it. There's bound to be something in Upper Palace or in, I don't know, on Octo, who knows at this point.
Like, we already have half the items. No, we can... Yeah, we can finish Cave of Flames for now. Droplets isn't an element, so...
Yeah, but still, Myth
Yeah,
should
we
be...
still need all
four.
kinstones.
Hmm?
Need all kinstones today.
Yeah, since we have Fortress and Palace required, we do actually need all 9 kinstones. We've only seen 3 of them so far.
Whoever.
And, who's to say that the last kinstone is not either in Wall Crypt or in Droplets?
Freaking.
Because-
Sorry.
Okay, there's another Castle kinstone for Myth. And
Okay.
another Cloud Cups. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he should be running this towards Quell now. He's just taking up. Sorry, he's just taking one or, the occasional cane check, just to make sure that he's not missing anything. Myth is very thorough with his writing right now.
Well,
Simply-
it pays off. So.
Well, it pays off in terms that Myth has the best execution out of those four. He's just avoiding Colonel. That's two. But Myth recently broke into the top 5 of speedrunning leaderboards for Minish Cap. So he definitely has the execution advantage, meaning that he can be allowed to be thorough with his writing.
And then his routing is more optimal because he's not rushing Quennel, and it paid off because he had a.
There's a bomb back. There's a bomb back. We don't know if it's the first bomb back.
Not the third bomb back. Yeah, so by putting back Quennel, Myth got the cane.
Ooh.
Okay, bomb back is there.
Western Woods is a bit, it's nice to have. With the moments.
Moments were tried.
The earlier you have your mids and your flippers, the better you are off. Just because once you obtain the flippers and or the mids, checks will open back up in all different parts of the map. So if
it's better to have early on lates.
Yeah, those are the real mids. So yeah, that's cool. But yeah, the earlier you have mids and flippers, the less likely you are. Sorry, the less likely you are to actually have to backtrack. There's another bomb back, and a spin score. Yeah, it's a spin score. It's Sean's seconds. It should be Sean's second spin score because he actually, he's actually been in Western Woods. Ooh, okay. So the mids were in the lone tree in Western Woods, but Sean did a amazing quick warp here, where he quick warped from Western Woods back to droplets. Sorry, back to lake area. So he just checked Western Woods, and now he's on to droplets. He's, he wants that droplets play.
Droplets is 3 or 4 checks very early.
Oh yeah, so with the mids that Sean did not mark yet on his personal tracker, he can do, well, Cave 019 or Hype Cave or Cave 25, or whatever you'd like to call it, because it's the Cave of many names.
Treasure Cave, that's the only good name.
Which one?
Treasure Cave.
Treasure Cave, yeah. It's just up to personal preference. But Mesh, on the other hand, as the only person with a bomb... Sorry, no. Sean also has bomb back. But Mesh is prioritizing bomb checks right now. Or at least not leaving them behind, I suppose. Hex 19.
Okay, I did see, but the 2 keys were on the rupees in Cave of Flames.
Yeah, what about them?
You can actually skip left side.
You don't want to skip left side of Cave of Flames.
You have
believe me.
Ocarina, so it's pretty quick to come
You
back.
don't want to skip that. You don't want to skip that. You're gonna feel like...
A burst key, never mind.
You're gonna feel like a green shoe if you open your check in the left side of... Sorry, in the first half of droplets. You're gonna feel bad if you do that. And you should be. Because you don't skip that. You have the cape. The cape makes it so more easy and bearable. Okay. Let's see, what's that for mashing gonna be? That's... Oh, yeah, okay. So, that's fast split. Like mentor races. Oh, no, we don't have them, but everyone is welcome to just ask around in the Discord channel, and we'll just help out. Either in general, or in season playthrough. I have been working on a small side project as like a small system that helps that, but I just put that on ice because it's I saw some real boots. Those are the genuine boots. Okay.
Hey.
Really convenient boots at that, and a really convenient dog food bottle as well. So yeah, I had to ice that project just because the Minish Cap Discord has been fairly small, and yeah, so every Wednesday we do have casual races. We have casual weeklies, so everyone is welcome to join. And yeah, you can just ask around during the race if you want to, and we'll just help you out. Never been done anything in my life. Minish Cap Randomizer is not really your
The races are actually speedrunning. I've never speedrun either. And at first, you just play for fun.
We have I want to say maybe 10 people who are speedrunning. Some in glitchless, some any %. But the majority are not speedrunners, and you don't even need to speedrun this game to actually understand it.
Some even went to speedruns because of the Rondo.
Yeah, me and Myth included, for example. We both started out with the Rando, and then branched out to any %. So if anyone likes to give Minish Cap a try, just tell us in general, and we'll help you out. Yeah, exactly.
It's also very easy.
Minish Cap is, no pun intended, a very small game. So you can easily get a hold of the whole map. And thanks to tracking devices such as iBot's Tracker or Emo Tracker, you generally know where to go next, and you've got always a bit of an overview, which is really good. Although we would recommend that you would give this game a casual playthrough first, that
everyone came in for the game is good way.
Yeah, it's not recommended at all, but a casual playthrough will help you out a bit better when it comes to understanding dungeon geometry and just where checks are and how to get to them. One example being... Yeah. For example, when you're first starting out, Droplets, Palace, and DHC are very intimidating. Just because those dungeons are fairly huge and branching. But after your first casual playthrough, your first one or two of them, you start to get a feel of the geometry, which is really good to have for Zelda dungeons. Just because the dungeons of Minish Cap, they have some sort of pattern to them.
Minish Cap is a very linear game.
Yeah.
You only have open areas.
Yeah, so Vati is actually one of the more difficult end bosses as well. So we don't blame you. DHC and Vati sound very foreboding. Especially since Vati has a time limit on the gauntlet before him. So if you enter the boss door in DHC, you're greeted by a long hallway and 3 monster rooms that you have to traverse on a timer. At least for the last one.
No, I think it's when you approach the boss door.
No, I think it's just either it's just the donuts, or the timer resets every time there's a bell chime. So
we talked about it last week. It's on the first one.
Okay, so basically the first room is just a simple ball and chain chain soldier. You can just run through him or cape over him and just dodge him.
Ball and chain soldier? I never noticed it.
Yeah, we call that one Gary because everyone skips Gary. Then there's a small gate room, which is more or less self-explanatory. It's just, clone, kill all the Keatons, activate the press switch thing at the end. And the last one is usually where it gets a bit difficult for new and casual players. because that's the room with 3 Dark Knights, with 1 Black Knight and 2 Nimbus guards, which are the red Dark Knights. And with those 3, you've got I think a 3-minute time limit on that.
Yeah, it's ever 3 minutes on the Darknets or 3 minutes on the thing as a whole.
Right, that's only the name in German. Sorry,
Yeah,
but
when you start, it's not. You will lose on the Darknets.
yeah. So there's only a timer if you fail to hit Artemis. The timer is never explicitly stated. It's just that, oh, Link, you have to hurry, otherwise Vati will win. And if you take too long at the Darknuts, Vati will actually win. But for newer players, Darknuts are definitely a small wall to hit. However, luckily, we do have the remote bombs and just bombs in general. And as a beginner, remote bombs are a godsend for fighting the Darknuts. Yeah, it's not the fake sense of hurry, actually. Capcom were really thorough with Minish Cap. Minish Cap is a solid game, both on a technical standpoint and on, a gameplay standpoint. Yeah. For a beginner, usually you would just chuck remote bombs at the Dark Knights. So you throw a remote bomb at the Dark Knight, you explode it, the Dark Knight gets stunned for a few seconds, and that's your opening for attack. Yeah, there's even a unique game over screen for that. Where there's a small cutscene where Vati completes his dark ritual, and Zelda just straight up dies, which is actually pretty dark for a Zelda game. And that's your game over.
Games are never dark. Zelda games are never dark.
It's a bit darker for Minish Cap, especially since Minish Cap has such a young target audience.
Yeah, compared to the rest of Minish Cap, maybe.
But yeah.
But I won't say it is light in the Zelda series as a whole.
Yeah. Minish Cap is a great game. Everyone should play it. It's a really quick game at that as well. If you are not even... So, if you even play it casually and it's your 3rd, maybe 4th playthrough, you can easily finish it within 4 hours.
4 hours?
I would say it's about 4 hours probably for a casual playthrough.
Yeah, glitchless is 3 hours.
Yeah,
I don't think.
But that's a speedrun.
Yeah, but if speedrun is 3 hours, I don't expect casual playthrough to be 4.
I think we'll just have to ask, I guess. But yeah, probably around 4, maybe 5 hours ish. If you know about the game already. If you're going in completely blind, expect something along the lines of 8 hours. Yeah, 4 or 5-ish, I don't know. Everyone plays differently. There's a Kinston. There's a Kinston on the corner. It's a caster Kinston. So yeah,
if you go for the Frisians, it will take 50 hours.
Yeah, right.
And if you go for 100%, it's 2 or 4 years.
No. Basically, this game's what you call it? This game's completion mode. This game's golden scrotellers are the fusions.
Oh, yeah, you have the
fusions and figurines. I guess. It's just that the fusions themselves, they usually look either hard pieces or just neat items in general, like more kinstones. And there are a couple of mini games that really emphasize on, you need those shells or you need those kinstones to complete the game. But actually, you don't. The fusions are completely optional.
No.
Yes, they are.
Not the gold ones.
The fusions that you do with NPCs. The green, red, and blue ones. So kinstone fusions are optional. Yeah, the gold fusions aren't really fusions, just because they're not optional.
Yeah, I wouldn't go for 100%, but You can just talk to NPCs and do the fusions you see,
Yes,
and you'll have nice experience.
they're there, but none of them are actually, hard required. I mean,
Are very useful for the most part.
some of them are really useful though. One fusion
Extra
gives.
portals.
Hmm?
And another Kingstone, which is not in a good spot.
That is a very okay. That's a Cloud of Concern in Sean Cave. Ooh, good for Sean that
Yeah.
he's only now climbing Quenel.
Reclimbing Quenel.
But yeah,
But
Myth now.
Myth has already done everything.
Yeah,
Okay, where is... Oh, Winchester.
Myth's doing Ranchers, and then he's off to.
And he's get his bombs and his myths, and is most likely not going back to Quenel.
It's not a real. Is it a 2-trip? It kinda
Yeah,
is, isn't it?
unless
Yeah.
another sword.
Yeah, you kind of need to climb that wall twice. Once for the red sword and once for the mids.
At the very least, since you don't have bombs either. Where was the third sword? The blue sword.
The blue sword was in Western Woods.
Yeah, since you don't have bombs either, you will get to do both the bomb checks and the mid checks.
Yeah.
So it's better than just leaving the Hermit Cave and nothing else.
Yeah, because who would do that? And that's actually, by the way, a Dutch. Sorry, yeah, it is a Dutch or French vanilla wall attack there. I forgot which one is which, but Greyblade
I think.
Greyblade teaches you the wall attack, and it's just there in the chest next to him. That's great. But yeah, with that blue sword, let's see where would you take that sword? I'd say progression is either on the pillar, or it's might be in graveyard.
Yeah,
But it would also be everywhere.
We have so many options. We have bomb.
Okay, yeah. We do have wind runes access. That's true. But I don't know if they want to do wind runes without bow. Just because for autos on the bow is a bit underwhelming, I'd say. And apart from that, well, I mean, they have to bite into the sour apple, so to speak. But there's also graveyard left, which actually I would prefer first. Just because we had that one lantern, or was it a graveyard key, right in graveyard?
Yeah, well, you can if you want to. It's you can easily go to caster and set the wind warp.
Oh, that would be amazing, Dax. To have a bowlocked bow in wind winds, and you're like, you can't get to it because it's bowlocked, and you don't have one. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, let's see where the bow is. For all we know, the bow could be on Octo, or it could be out in Palace. We don't know. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, well, I think we've had that a few times, where there was something really, really deep in non-required palace. Usually it's a graveyard key though. Like, we had a couple of instances where the graveyard key was in the dark room after the blue warp. And we even had a few instances of a required item in the heart piece location in an unrequired in an unrequired palace. But it looks like Myth is just clearing out caster. His personal tracker still says that he's got. No way. Hang on. Did Myth skip Lord Quennel? Oh no, hang on, never mind. It's just... okay, yeah, never mind. Myth hasn't climbed back up Quennel. He's got all those bomb block checks, and... I don't know if he's gonna go to Quennel first. Yeah, he's not doing Quennel, so... What a surprise. Imagine my shock. He's got the Ocarina equipped, though. Yeah, he's fancying something else right now. Oh, he's doing Tingle. Right. And Tingle has for us a couple of sticks with pointy ends. Yeah. Going back to Quennel is not really that appealing to Myth right now. So I understand him, but still, he's missing out on a cast concern, which is not that optimal. But I guess it is what it is. Let's see. Yeah, Myth is doing well. We haven't seen these Mythlock checks here in Minish Woods either. Yeah, it's not a bad dip back, but I think once he finds that Castigan Stone, he's gonna bite himself in the butt. But I think that's just the nature of a Castigan Stone in Sean Cave. Oh look, what's that on the walls? That's a joke that we haven't had in ages. Yeah, so one of the small things with Minish Cap is, well, no pun intended, that Capcom, they included a great deal of detail. Like, for example, the murals of Gleeok in his boss chamber. Or his ninja puns. Yeah, I don't know. There's loads and loads of things in Minish Cap that you just don't pick up on. Either that, or, 2-3 years go by and then it's like, hey, wasn't this always here? Things like, I don't know, you being able to kill the spiky beetles in the beginning of Cave of Flames with a down thrust. Or, cane skip in Palace. Just visual detail on, walls. What else is there? Loads and loads of small things that one really does not discover in their first playthrough. Like the firework being hinted to in the figurine text for the ice reverb. So for example, the firework was an early game. There's both a myth. That's good. That's awesome. Now he can actually go to caster if he picks up his Castigan Stone. And full clear both caster. No, he can't full clear caster because he's missing flippers. but he can full clear Fortress. What's that? Right. Was it? Right, the Fire Rod. So the Fire Rod is a beta item that did not make it into the game. It was succeeded by the Lantern, or by the Flame Lantern as it's known in here. But the devs of the English-European version forgot to change that in a flavor text. So this game has figurines, and each figurine is like it's like the figurines of Wind Waker, but it's a lottery. So we've got a figurine of Wizrobe, figurine of like an Octo, of a Green Jew, of Blade Jew, whatever. And all of them have flavor text to them. And the one for the Ice Wizrobe mentions that they're vulnerable to fire. So you should use the Flame Rod or the Fire Rod on it. But it's not in-game. We have a hack that reintroduces the Fire Rod to Minish Cap. But funnily enough, the Fire Rod actually retains the functionality of a dev tool, which is a tile copy and pasting tool. So if we use the Fire Rod in-game, if we hack the Fire Rod in-game, it uses you can just copy and paste tiles, and it's the most broken thing ever. I think the Fire Rod % speedrun is 36 minutes, I think. So it really speeds up the game. I think Semi did grind that low. Let me actually quickly check. We do have a few speedrunners who were grinding Fire % almost religiously. Let's see. First rank, Semi-Rare with a time of 33:20, and second is Myth with a time of 38:12. Yeah, so Semi actually did grind it down to 33 minutes. Just as a point of reference, the current world record for any % is 136:55. But that's after a speedrunning trick got discovered 2-3 weeks ago, I think. Yeah, that's pretty fast. But yeah, Myth now onto the Cave of Many Names, whereas Sean's in town. Smash is doing some stuff over in Wave Falls. Do they have the Wave Falls kits on? They do. So they could potentially go up to Cloud Ups, where Smashy is fighting our favorite lava lapras, Gleerock. We haven't seen anything up on Wave Falls yet, but it's out of logic. Logically, you do need the lantern to traverse Cave of Flames because you're going through a dark room. But unlike other Zeldas, like, I don't know, Link to the Past, I think, the dark rooms, as you will notice shortly, aren't too difficult to traverse, especially since this one is just a simple corridor. So you can absolutely go through here without the lantern. It's just that you're not supposed to. Same goes for the fight with the big Octorok at the end of Tumble of Droplets. The game expects you to have the flippers, but you can also make it with a with a fairly tight cape jump. But I would assume that Smash will be doing some more stuff over in Wave Falls, just because it's a fairly dense location. Let's see. Yep. Myth has the bow. That opens up 4 more checks in Caster Wilds. But not having the Kinstone for Wind Winds kind of puts them at a disadvantage here. Simply because everyone else will be rushing to caster once they have their bow. Okay, that's mostly for some... Oh, right. Sorry, no, we have actually seen Wavefolds earlier. We just have not been to Cloudtops yet. At least I don't remember seeing Cloudtops. But I do remember seeing that that power bracelet and that card of metal there. The card of metal, funnily enough, is it's an item that only the most not extreme, the most loyal Minish Caps players have found. Just because the card of metal is awarded upon getting all 136 figurines, which is a bit of an ordeal, considering it's a lottery and the 100% speedrun category takes around 40-ish minutes there. Yeah, it takes around 35 to 40 minutes for just that one category. Sorry, for just that one part of the game, which is the figurine minigame. Yeah, we actually have a spreadsheet for that. When it comes to like the RNG manipulation. But yeah, I don't think you're going to be using that spreadsheet because it's for the Japanese version, as far as I know. And EU and NA have different RNG things happening that I is way better at explaining than I am. But Mashi will be picking up his final... Ooh, wait a second. Mashi already has all 3 caster instants, doesn't he? So the one up here is Cloudtops? Oh, it's Cloudtops, yeah, right. I thought that up there was caster. It's Cloudtops, huh? Never mind then. So Myth should be fine once he finds his final caster instant, but I don't know where that was. Oh, Quenel Scrap, right. Ew. Yeah, not fine. Right, never mind. It's only so for Myth to get the final Castakins done, he still has to make the conscious choice to return to Quenel. Yeah, that Castakins is required. That's true. But looking at that angle, I think we're only 2 more items from Gurmud, aren't we? We are on 4 Cloudtops concerns, so there's 1 more missing for that. There's the Lantern, and there's the the 4 swords. So yeah, 3 from Gurmud actually. We don't need the we don't need the graveyard key. Well, I hope we don't. And oh, never mind. We do either need the Juggernaut or the Flippers. So, yeah, right. We do need an item to actually enter Deepwood. Ew. Yeah, it's odd that by like 50 minutes and you still don't have the item to actually enter Deepwood. Pretty much Dax, yeah. I mean, Myth got the earlier coin out of it, so it's not that bad. But not returning to Cave of Flames. Sorry, not returning to Quenel after clearing Cave of Flames, and there's the Force of Famashi. Really does put a number on him. Okay, so we are still free from Gurmud. Deepwood Axis, Lantern, final Cloudtops skins then. And it's fairly likely that the final Cloudtops will be up in Cloudtops. Well, not fairly likely, but it's kind of expected. Just because it has been... Well, confirmation bias is a thing. There's a sword beam on Dr. Left's attic. Bo was in... the Deepwood digging, sorry, not Deepwood, was in Minish Woods digging. cave. Not the like cave, but the other one. Actually, good to see that both Sean and Myth are in Cloud here. After the others have abandoned the hate cave. I don't know. It's not a cave that I hate. Actually, pretty useful because that's your vanilla. Sorry. So in the vanilla game, you dip Lake Hylia with that thing first. You go the route through London, or well, if you have either through London or through Minish Woods. You go through that. You get the book of the cabin. You turn in the book, get the flippers, and then you can actually access droplets. Hard required here. Not really. Either it's key locations or just logic requirement due to dark rooms and dark places. But yeah, I'm actually now in Fortress. Oh, we got Griffith Key. Yeah, so it's either going to be the lamp mode or the flippers or nut mode, I guess. Mash actually managed to trap that spark there. Or that, I don't know what it's called. Yeah, it's called spark. That requires some really good timing here. Luckily for Meshi, oh, hang on, wait! Meshi doesn't have his bow, does he? Ooh, okay. Yeah, Meshi needs to return eventually. As long as, well, maybe there's a bow in here. But it could be bow locked. And if that happens, then, oh, yeah, he needs to come back later on. And the worst part of it is that Fortress is the worst dungeon to actually go back to, because you have to go through the entirety of Wind Ruins again. And it takes like a minute or two. There's another bomb back for Sean. And Myth will be picking up I think got a bottle here? No. That's a compass from Mashi. I don't know what was it, Simon. I think it was a bottle, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. With like 4 bottles, you kind of lose track of what is where. Comms don't pay attention. Yeah, well, comms never pay attention.
Wait, I'm supposed to pay attention.
Hello, Zazai. Finally, we can hear you again.
Oh, yeah. Okay, because I was able to hear you and I was talking in the void for 20 minutes.
Yeah, same for me. So I don't know who picked up. Sorry, I don't know which audio these are picked up.
I was able to hear you, but nobody could apparently hear me.
Yeah, we could not hear you at all, or at least I could not. Hooray, my audio got chosen. Haha. But yeah, Mashi's did spot the big key there. And yeah, it's door locked, so Mashi needs to return later. Although, okay, that's that check there. There could always be the second bow in the creep warp caves here. Which is it not? There's a couple of arrows there though, so you know that's nice to have. Although I never remember actually seeking out an arrow refill. Sorry, an arrow refill. Yeah, Myth is really not liking the return to Quenel here, which is a bit odd because Myth is an advocate for returning to Greyblade as soon as possible. And I think he did. Oh, no, never mind. Myth actually checked Greyblade again. Yeah. Hello, Blizzy. We don't know who's winning. Myth is still missing 2 Keystones up in Quenel. The other ones have not dropped. Sorry, they have not dipped droplets. No, they all did, kind of. There's the bow for There's the bow for Brexon. Yeah, they were all more or less missing their bow. Yeah, it's a fairly helpful seat, isn't it?
You have all
Actually-
items.
Yeah, we're basically we are 1 item for go mode, and that go mode will be deep access. Yeah,
When you call full key all your dungeon but difference.
yeah. I meant. I mean, it could be required deep. Yeah. So, nut and or flippers will be our go mode item. Oh, never mind. Right, we are still missing 1 kinstone. Never mind. Let's see it. Yeah. It's either. But yeah, okay, we're missing 2 items. I forgot about the kinstones.
Yeah, lantern isn't required for now.
Yeah, but as soon as there's something in graveyard or in
I
second
can't wait for the bus key, the DHC bus key to be in that 1 tower. And they don't have the lamp yet.
yeah, so Darko Castle has 4 towers in its second half, and one of those towers is hard locked by the lantern. And since we do require we do have the big key randomized, and if that big key is in the tower, that means that lamp is going to be hard required. Yeah, and no lamp means no red warp, but no one actually gets red warp. Zavza. Well, I mean, they can get red warp, but they should be good without. They should be good without it. So yeah, Sean finding his full sword. I'm actually getting just 5 arrows from Dampe. Yeah, remember to... yeah. Get red warp. So things about red warp in Palace. You only really need it for...
Jog is hard.
York zaps you off your health easily if you don't pay attention. If you pay attention to your health meter, you're fine. There's the floating bomb back.
Yeah, last time I died like 4 times in Paris.
Game was talking Mashi about the bow. Yeah, so Mashi's still missing the bow. We know that it's in Minish Wood Staking. Mashi doesn't know that, and Mashi really, really wants that bow. Instead, though, Mashi will be greeted by a bottle. I mean, not the worst thing. A bottle
It's a bottle.
Yeah. No. No. Bottle. Yeah, so Red Warp. So pick up Red Warp if you are not confident in fighting York.
Yeah, Jog is harder than Vati.
No, he's not.
For
Jog-
me, at least.
For me, York is way easier than Vati. Vati is really, really difficult for everyone. Either because of the RNG involved, or because of trauma from their first casual playthrough, where you did not notice that you need to actually use the Gas Jar on Vati 1's Dark Bolts, or the Cane on Vati 3's arms.
Juggernaut on King, but which King?
I hope on the Ghost King here.
Okay, and can flippers be the randomized item in DHC?
If the Juggernaut is here, then yes.
Yeah, that would be Hilarious.
We still need to have either the flippers or the Juggernaut before heading into Darkhold Castle. But yeah, Mashi also... Yeah, okay. Mashi does know that this is not a required dungeon, and it is not... Okay. Just a hard piece. What one can do, if they don't have the Ocarina, is they can save before entering the wall crypt, and then just save scum after seeing what the king's item is. Amith actually back in Quennel! Hooray! He'll be overjoyed to see his kinstone. I hope he doesn't dip after getting just the Castle Kinstone, but he stays for the Cloud Ops one as well.
You know it's Smith, you know he's gonna dip.
Yeah. Hello, Ibot.
Hello. What's wrong with Zelda here since he is having some issues with internet on his side?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, it does look like Myth is keeping on going, which is good.
Yeah, Myth has had a history with, let's call them questionable writing choices in Quennel. But mostly those were only really applicable when Quennel was not required.
Yeah, with Cave of Flames and Element the Seed, I guess we shouldn't be expecting Myth to have issues with Quennel as well.
Yeah. We say that now.
We say that now, and then he's gonna do this check and then just leave before the No, Myth wouldn't do that. It's really hard to say in Rando in general who's in the lead. Yeah,
I mean, Myth has the advantage of having the bow, which Sean, who's currently in Fortress, has not. And Smash will need to actually go through Wind Ruins again.
yeah.
The bow.
Where was the foresight again? I was checking
Foresight
the tutorials, but didn't find it yet. So
Smash will pick it up in just like a second.
okay, so it's here in Wind Ruins. So it
Ta-da!
really just depends on where that last Cloud of Skinstone is.
Yes.
But
And the Juggernaut.
and Juggernaut or Flippers.
Yeah. But we're all hoping for the Juggernaut, aren't we?
I mean, yes. Who wouldn't want a required Juggernaut?
Probably the person who wrote the seed.
I mean, are you sure?
I don't know. Should I reveal... Sorry. Should I reveal who won't get...
Who we've got to thank for this seed?
Should I? Or shouldn't I?
I don't know.
Let's do it once the first person is actually in DHC. Just to
Okay.
keep, just to keep the tension a bit.
Tomatar has already spoiled that it wasn't his seed. So
Yeah,
now if I would have remembered who else was in the pool, I would
yeah.
have
I did.
told people.
I did tell the commentary booth before who was in the pool, but not who actually succeeded in the usage. So the way that we determine the seats for the weekly right now is that everyone who wants to roll DMs the seats to me, and I'll just
Choose
roll
one
a
at
dice. Yeah, and I choose one at random.
And no, it's not a Poogle seed because Poogle is actually one of the runners in this race who's not on Restream.
Yeah. So if you are in the race room, your seat will get removed from the pool for this very seat. Or sorry, for this race, I guess. Yeah, so you can't erase your own seat.
Yeah. You don't get to roll for a seed that you also play in. I mean, in a weekly anyways.
Yeah.
So, Myth giving a very knowing, happy nod at that for sword. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's in Fortress of Go mode, okay. The real question is whether Fortress actually has our Go mode.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't seen the rookie spots yet, have we? Because
We've only seen the big key there.
here, but didn't have the bow?
Yeah, we've only peeked the big key. On,
Yeah, the big key is on the rookie spots, but there's still like 5 on the left side.
Yeah,
Plus the other checks on that. Like,
side.
yeah. We do still need, I think it's the red book we're missing.
Yeah, the beach cherry.
So,
Lamp was in the four sword garden. Yeah, it was a
but
garden.
it's not going to be required, so we don't really care.
What's down there? Hey, what's that, Smash? Okay, it's just a key.
Just a small key.
And a big key, hooray! Now they can defeat Gordon. But I think with a required fortress, you would do the rest first and then Gordon.
What?
I
No.
know-
With an
no.
element on Gone, you do
Yeah.
that first, just in case you find something there.
Yeah,
Get another
either that or a
keystone.
small key
Does
there,
that
I
count
guess.
as go mode?
I
Yeah,
don't-
you could have a small key
yeah.
in Gordon.
So you did hear Myth unmute there, right? On restream. Like he
did
was
not.
saying, if he finds another Kinstone, does that count as Go mode? Because it's not, but it's also like not all flippers to go. Which is not a typical Go mode item.
No, it is very much not a typical Goblin item. But I think the worst progression here in Fortress would actually be the flippers, because that would open up Pandora's box for
I mean, you
possible.
would rush good with that,
Yeah,
and
You would-
then if you find the Kinstone there, it's fine.
yeah, but if not,
If not,
if the
uh,
Kingston is like in one of those random flippers locations on the overworld, you're gonna hate yourself.
wait, Sean went through Caster without getting the boots? Okay then.
Oh, that's something that I would expect from Nesvin, but not Sean.
Yeah, I mean, like it makes sense if you think you've already been there or whatever, but really? Not checking that flying item is...
That's the first thing you check when you enter.
Not if you enter with all Kinstones, right?
Oh,
You just go rush Fortress of Go mode.
I guess.
Wait, this is Sean's second trip to Fortress also?
Is it?
Has he also tipped this? I mean, he just went through Wind Runes extremely quickly if that was his first trip, so...
Yeah, so it's a second trip. Yeah. Well, same from. Well, okay, never mind. Mashi is in droplets right now, and Breakson has not been in Fortress yet, I think.
No, this is Breakson's first
Yeah.
Fortress.
Okay, Mashi.
So,
Show us what droplets has.
nothing on the second.
Ooh, that's anticlimactic.
Wow. That's really uncommon. Like,
Yes.
he didn't
You
get...
really-
Did you find the
anything.
last book in here?
No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, last book, but nothing. But not on the path.
Not on the
Path
path, no.
was
There was nothing on the path. Like, not even like a map or a compass to make you stop. You
Yeah. Was completely barren. Holy moly. Breakson forgot to actually turn on the ambush there. Yikes. Flippers can't be an Octo Zabza.
Flippers
can't
better
be.
not be on Octo.
They better not be.
A trap that looks like Flippers could be on Octo. It's very annoying if you get that at the element. Like, you see it coming, you know it will be a trap, and there's nothing you can do to avoid it. nothing being in drops is good for that lantern not being required, right?
Not yet, at least.
I mean, yes, there's one more check here, but and blue chew
Yeah.
and octo, but no one's checking that unless it's actually there.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what it is then.
Oh, I thought
Okay.
you had already done this other ice plant check. Okay, so
Oh.
one after this on the ice Metapella.
Manapilla on ice.
Octo could have the Jabbernet, in which case it's definitely not a required nut, and you're really not happy to have done Octo.
Yes.
Imagine just rushing Octo here and finding the Jabbernet for your combo and being... On the one hand, it would be amazing. On the other hand, like, you still feel so far behind at that point.
Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, you'd hate yourself for that.
It's like, yay! It's my Jabbernet, I needed that, but also I didn't need that, and why did I do Octo?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's gonna do out of Octo in this situation, though, especially not out of logic.
Yeah, no one.
Like, if Nesman was on Restream, I'd be more careful with statements like that.
That's true. Okay, yeah. So 3 out of 4 races on Restream are on Gordon. And Mashi is actually taking the only Yalari.
Yeah. So 3 of them are on the big yellow guy, and then Mashi is checking the small yellow guy.
And the small yellow guy has a rupee.
But you're gonna check Flipper's vanilla here.
Oh, you are.
Like,
Oh, that would be amazing, actually. Come on, Vanilla Flippers.
no, Jabbernet in vanilla Flipper spot.
Ooh, that'd be even better.
Okay, I got one more. Kinstone in vanilla Flipper's spot, locking the Jabbernet, locking the Flippers.
Oh. Yeah, but after you got the Jabbernet, you don't need the Flippers anymore?
Yes, but it locks Flippers so that nut is required.
Oh, right, yeah, right.
And so that doing this the vanilla way is required.
Yeah.
It's not fun otherwise. You could have just avoided it.
Okay, Mashi, moment of truth, come on. Aww.
Oh.
Lame. Okay, Smash actually doing. Sorry, Break's actually doing the moments half of Fortress. Sean did bail. Did he? Yeah, he did.
Oh.
Oh,
Sean, why do you do that?
Sean, don't do that, Sean.
Did he find something, or did he just... Like, does he really want to triple tap Fortress? When it turns out there's something else required in
Not again. Please, Sean. Yeah, but I mean, we have like still we've got like 4 more checks. In Fortress.
Yeah. There's a small key left, right? So
I think so. Yeah.
3 of those are items.
And
I think we saw both Mem Compass, but I'm
Yeah.
not 100% sure about that.
Me neither. Oh dear. Yeah. Rule number 1 when you play this randomizer: don't bail out of Fortress. Because that always bites you in the back. Like in
Oh, Sean has auto keys. No, I'm stupid. I miscounted. Yeah.
In 9.5 out of 10 seats, Bailing Fortress will result in major
Oh.
pain.
It's more that in the seat where someone bailed Fortress, it's gonna have something
Yeah.
behind the
And
point.
salute to the Raiders. Welcome to Minish Cap. Yeah, we've got the TMCR weekly right now, and Sean just
We are
made
looking
a
for 1.5 items. So 1 item in a Kinstone and 1 of 2 possible items for deep wood access in the
Yeah.
Juggernaut or the Flippers.
It is kind of exciting, especially since Myth and Breakson are really close. Ooh,
And there's the Flippers!
are they though?
Are those rear? Those
They
are
are!
rear.
Sean.
So
Oh, no.
Sean is either going to find a Juggernaut somewhere
Yeah.
and be very happy, or going to
Ooh.
trip the Fortress. Notably, Breakson skipped the Vanilla Big Key chest. Maybe we didn't see both map and compass yet.
Yeah. Oh
And that-
dear.
like if Breakson could deduce that that's one of map and compass, then flipping there makes absolute sense. Otherwise, that's a bit of a gamble. You are still missing a Kinstone.
Yeah.
It feels like a better dip if that is the case than what Sean did, though. Like, skipping just 1 check when you already just found one of the items that you needed.
Yeah. Painful, but not as painful as, forgetting your flippers in Fortress.
I don't think it's forgetting. I think Sean made that gamble very deliberately, because that's the kind of thing Sean does.
Yeah, true.
And then Sean last locations, because that's the kind of thing Sean
Yeah, does. Yeah, it's gonna turn out like that, doesn't it? Yeah.
I mean, like the moment specifically Sean dipped out of Fortress, it was obvious that there was going to be something there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Sean was in that race where a lot of people double or triple dipped Fortress. Did Sean triple or quadruple dip Fortress in that race?
I think he quadruple dipped.
Yeah.
But it's Sean, so he probably did quadruple dip, yeah.
So, like... Was there quadruple dip droplets that I'm thinking of? I thought there was also, like, some absurd number of dips to Fortress. Okay, so it was a map in the Vanilla Bosky chest in Fortress, so Breakson just paid more attention than Myth did. And Myth doing the expected thing here, floating over to Minish Woods, is going to check Goldfish Caves here and then do Deepwood. Probably? I'm surprised he didn't set the quick warp.
Yeah, but I mean, your quick warp is at the wind crest, so
Yeah, it's fine. It might mean he wants to do more Flippers checks elsewhere though and put off Deepwood.
yeah, and Sean's actually doing blue tree here.
I mean, it could have the Kinstone, for all we know.
Yeah, true. Yeah, especially since Breakson is actually doing hiking right now. Not my first place I would go with the flippers, but
I mean,
fair
you're in
enough.
the area. Keep in mind, Breakson does not have the flute.
Right, Breakson hasn't even did
With that in mind, like, getting all these Flippers checks on the way, even if it's hiking, makes more sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
And no, Bluetooth was in fact the compass in droplets. I didn't see it, but apparently the first chest on the left side and no, Myth didn't get the boss key in that first chest. He just decided to open the weapon.
There's the Hotdog hiking. It's an hiking.
Hey!
Oh, that's horrible! I love it.
That's go mode, right? That's go mode for Braxton if he feels comfortable skipping Lantern.
That is go mode for Braxton.
Yeah, that is go mode if you feel comfortable doing Lanternless. I have no idea if Braxton feels comfortable doing Lanternless.
Ooh, right, Lanternless Vati.
And
I mean,
assuming that the big key isn't locked by that one tower in the HC.
Oh, that would be unfortunate. That would be unfortunate.
Lanternless is the big thing that you have to keep in mind when doing this. With the boomerang, it's probably fine. I don't know if Braxton has Great Spin. I remember seeing a spin scroll in the second ice block in droplets, but I don't think Braxton picked that up.
I can't remember.
I don't. Yeah, Braxton might not have Great Spin, which also makes Lanternless scarier. But you definitely want at least one of Boomerang or Great Spin to even attempt that.
Yeah. Lanternless is free. Yeah, so what we're talking about with Lanternless is Vati 3. Vati 3 has 2 arms, and in those arms you need to actually find the right, it's like 10 or so enemies, and like one of them is the genuine one that you want to kill, and the other ones are just distractions. Sorry, distractions, and one of those arms is pitch black, so you kind of want to have the lantern. Did we remember?
You can do it like by ear, like trying to hit them and listening for if you are hitting the correct one, because it does make a different hit sound.
Yeah, it actually makes the hit sound.
The boomerang stands those things, and you do see in a very close radius, so you can work with that. Like,
yeah. So when you hit the decoys, you're not getting a sound from those. But if you hit the genuine one, you will hear.
You will hear the hurt sound. Yeah.
Yeah, a hurt sound
for the enemy.
Sean, he's.
This has got to be just muscle memory, right?
I hope so.
Did the blue warp and just continued on doing this because.
Of course you do.
You always do. Sean better not be planning on doing Octo.
Sean, please. Okay, quick warp.
Sean's doing Octo. Wait, no, he might have Ice Plane left.
He might have Ice Plane left.
Okay, no, this is Ice Plane. That's
right.
Sean. We know Octo hasn't. Well, okay. Octo could still have the Juggernaut. Which at this point for Sean might not be terrible compared to going back to Fortress. It's still slower.
Yeah.
But it's not terrible.
Yeah. Oh dear.
That would be amazing if Sean never finds flippers and gets a Juggernaut of Octo to go. Wait, no. The Kinstone is in hiking, it's flippers locked. What am I talking about?
Ooh, you're right. Yeah, so all four
are definitely required.
Mashi, Sean, and Myth have all the same 4 Cloud Constants. Breaks is the only one with 5, and they only picked up the 5th one recently. Yeah, so Mashi, Sean, and Myth are on 4, and Breakson is on 5. And, I'll be gone for like a minute. Hang on.
So Picky Vanilla and Reboot, which is the check you definitely don't want to see it in. I just did it, Zelda. So that's the slowest debut even if you like hit in go mode. So that's actually good for Myth, since it means he's losing less time to Breakson than if it was a fast go mode debut. The names shown on stream should be switching between their like race time usernames and their Twitch accounts, so that's probably what you mean, Kenny? It should show the Twitch icon or something next to the name when it goes to that, I think. So there's green shoe down for Myth. He just needs to go hiking. I wonder how long he's gonna put that off, because flippers, as we mentioned earlier, do unlock a bunch of checks all over the map. So going to that specific one might not be that easy. At least.
Ooh, a vanilla big key.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
vanilla big key, which is good for everyone except Breakson, right? Or at least it's good for Myth, who wasn't in go mode for Deepwood,
Yeah.
and bad for Breakson, who was in go mode. Like,
Let's see what Myth actually going first with that flippers. With that pair of flippers.
yeah, now it's where do you take the flippers? This looks like Great Blade. Okay, town first. Myth is gonna pick up the lantern here, which we know is a red herring. Like, Myth is definitely comfortable doing lantern this, so unless the Bicky is locked behind that one tower, this is a waste of time for Myth and a red herring.
Yeah. On the bright side, though, lantern.
Bad pun.
Oh. Yeah, right. No pun intended, by the way.
I figured. When it took you that long to realize what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah. Like, let's hope Braxton feels comfortable enough doing lantern this and doesn't actually need the lantern and just goes for that.
Mm.
I want to see lantern this finish. I would put Braxton solidly ahead.
Ocarina
they
was
are-
droplets. Yeah.
Yeah, Ocarina is on the first Ruby path and droplets, so. Yeah, apparently Braxton never dipped droplets, which. Fair. If you
Yeah.
can avoid it. Like, Ocarina probably would have sped things up slightly for them, but. They might not have found the Kinstone as easily if they had the Ocarina. Like the one on hiking. So. And yeah, Braxton seems to be just going straight to Palace.
Well, why not, I guess.
It is that weird. Okay, Braxton is doing checks on the way,
Yeah.
so
Might as
but
well,
they're
like,
probably also going to full clear Palace then.
yeah, Sean's actually doing Octo right now.
Sean is doing Octo.
He is really desperate.
I mean, what does Sean have left?
I don't know. We're trying well, here's
What's
left.
the butterfly check? Because Sean still doesn't have boots. Okay, this is not the play. This is absolutely not the play for Sean. Yeah, flippers are also hard required, but also like. Like even from Sean's knowledge of not knowing that flippers are required, there are some very quick checks that he could have done instead of Octo.
It's Octo is such a long check. It takes like 5 minutes to get there. It's like 5 minutes for 2 checks.
No one else is going to do it. It is the ultimate gamble. Like,
Especially if you actually fail one of the rocks, Sean.
yeah, the direction you hold the sheet in does actually matter.
Yes.
Like the shield is really lenient with like trying to reflect the rock right back at Octo, but
Let's
okay.
actually see what sort of not explanation, excuse Sean has to actually be doing Octo, because I see his personal tracker. Octo is not marked as an element, so he can't go. He can't go with the I thought it's an element explanation. He's getting a bottle.
Well, bottle percent is a good enough reason to do Octo, right?
I would say yes, but I'd be lying. And there's a down thrust.
Oh, that's the kind of almost worth it, but not really
no.
reward. People are going to be so confused when they come in for an interview and ask, "Oh, where was down thrust, by the way?" And we say, "Yeah, it's an Octo. Sean found it." Down thrust is for Georg.
Yeah, well, for that too as well, but for Georg. There's the boot, Sean. We've been. It's people in the mob like an hour 37 in.
Yeah.
I hate my life.
Hi. What did you expect?
I don't know.
But yeah. So when we were doing runner selection, I did tell Henris that his sanity would be fine for the seat because Nesman wasn't on restream.
You lied.
Maybe I spoke too soon there. So we're gonna see Myth do this very disappointing rupee path. There's Mashy picking up flippers, well, about to.
Oh dear.
I don't think we want to have such a thing, Artemis, but...
No, I think the knowledge that they fucked up is, well, it does suffice for them.
Yeah, we get to laugh at them and make fun of them, and that's enough.
Yeah.
And like, The flipper skip I sort of understand from Sean. The boots after Octo are...
Not so much.
Uh...
It's boots after Octo. Oh, butterfly location.
Yeah, like, you would always want boots for Octoman. Clearly that's the reason that's bad.
I just don't know anymore.
uh...
Do you think we're gonna see the Juggernaut Hymn Palace? That'd be the icing on the cake. Ooh dear, hang on. Braxton doesn't have Great Spin. Braxton's gonna be less than happy when he actually enters. Sorry, when they actually enter Vati.
They do have Boomerang.
Yeah.
Personally, I think I prefer Boomerang over Great Spin for Lanternless.
I think I would just do both. Just, chuck the Boomerang, and while it's flying, charge the Great Spin.
Sure, I mean, you're not gonna, like, find the eye thing with the Boomerang from just the starting position, so...
Yeah.
I think searching for it with the Boomerang is typically going to be easier.
It has a hurt sound for the Boomerang as well, right? Yeah, it has a... Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it does.
I'm not sure how I could... It may be just the small, like, walking up to them with the small light circuit that you get even without Lantern. That
Yeah.
is enough for that. Like, I just remember trying Lanternless like 3 times with Great Spin and then trying it once with Boomerang and getting it. So,
True, yeah.
Like, what doesn't happen with Boomerang ever is that you find it and then you lose it again. Because once you have it stunned, like, you're not losing it again. Whereas with Great Spin, it can always just juke you again after you found it, and that's really annoying. When you get like 2 hits in with Great Spin, then it's gone again and you don't find it again. Yeah, Sean finishing his quest to all dungeons. Not going to get rewarded here either, but...
Yeah. I mean, yeah, no, a sense of accomplishment does not count here. It's, Okay, let's see where Myth is going next. Flippers checks.
Wait. Why has he not done these yet? If he's already bonked the tree.
Force of habit, I guess? I don't know.
I'm confused, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But why?
Beats me. It's...
Maybe he went to do them and then was like, oh no, I have more stuff left in droplets or something.
Oh yeah, the boots were well before the flippers. So
Oh, did you check the gas shark to cabin? That makes sense. Okay, yes, that makes a lot of sense then.
Did Braxton do pod push?
I don't think so, but they did get the biggie first, so like, why would you?
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, Braxton is fine for keys.
Yeah, fine for keys. I think they're just looking for the lantern, kind of.
Yeah, you try to get.
Never mind.
But no, okay, no, this is just Gomo. Lantern can't be here. Why would you be looking for Lantern here?
True. Yeah, yeah. I had a long day.
Okay. So yeah, Braxton, just go modding this dungeon. There's nothing in here that they are going to need.
Yeah. Yeah, all of these are technically lantern locked. Well, logically, I suppose.
Lantern is required by the logic to traverse dark rooms, such as those caves in Vapors that
Yes.
you had to go through to get here.
Yeah. Sean's not even safe scamming the king here.
I
He's doing
mean,
this on
why would
purpose.
you? You have Ocarina.
Yeah, but still, he's doing this on purpose.
Okay,
He's got
he's
Ocarina.
actually leaving manually, so... What?
Oh. You've got the Ocarina, Sean. You just use it.
Where's
Where
he
you
going?
go? I don't know. Ah, he's going for the ruby checks here.
No
Yeah.
flippers. And yeah, Myth spending more time following that red herring of a lantern.
Yeah.
Well, it could technically still be required, but, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the chance of that is, but it's low.
Ooh, Brix doesn't have Rockbreaker. But they should be good to go on hearts here.
Does Braxton have a fairy?
I don't know.
But yeah, no down threats for York, but at least they do have Force-Sword, so
Yeah.
shouldn't be a terribly hard fight.
Yeah, Mash now on the fight with the big green bad. Look how menacing he's looking.
There are words for that look, and I don't think menacing is one that I would choose. But
That's the face of evil right there. Yeah, whoever designed the two.
evil face in the same way clowns are evil, right?
Yeah, I think so. Whoever designed the shoes for their tune appearance, I suppose. Yeah, they did a good thing there. It's better than the shoes in Twilight Princess, for example.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
straight as presidential poster for
Yeah,
Green Shoe is still
Yeah.
the best.
yeah, it is. It is. Ooh, Braxton got the good eye thingy again. So
Yeah, That's
if you hit the eyes on the same frame on the same frame that they close, they'll instantly reopen, and you'll save a couple of minutes. For cloning and whatnot. I would just mention that Sean's back in Quennel.
okay.
I think he's just, oh god, please don't let it be in Fortress. Please don't let it be in Fortress. So he's checking everything but Fortress.
I mean, yes, Sean is going to last location. That was like obvious the moment. Okay, technically before Sean did Octo, that could have been one check that he would have left before when going back to Fortress. But Sean rushed Octo, so there's nothing that's going to be left.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Rockbreaker. Braxton just got it off Georg.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay. That's convenient, isn't it?
I mean, is it?
Oh, Braxton, yeah. Yes. But yeah,
yes,
with
Braxton
now-
doesn't have the
Ocarina.
Ocarina, so luckily there is the warp in this tower to go to
Yes.
South Airfield.
Yes. And also, Braxton's the first person to actually enter the dreaded Dark Hole Castle.
Yes, so in Dark Hyrule Castle, there are 9 checks. One of them, any one of them, is going to have the big key. So in a moment, we are going to see the bot and chat post about a bet about where in DHC that big key is going to be. And you should bet numbers from 1 to 9 as to how many checks Braixen will take to find that big key.
I just want to mention that Braixen in the
And Braixen can't do all 9 checks.
Yeah.
So if it's number 9, that means Braixen will have to go find the lantern and come back.
Yeah.
If there is a small key there and it's vanilla big key, that's like then those 2 are going to be locked.
Yeah. I just want to mention that in the pre-race chat, Braixen mentioned that they're horribly rusty, and yet they're the first person by a long shot to enter.
Goldfish did call at that point them winning by 10 minutes. We don't know where everyone else in the race is. There are a few people who could be at a similar spot or ahead of Braixen here, but
yeah, at least on a
for all
restream
we know, Braixen is en route to win this.
by quite a margin, at least when it comes to restream.
Yeah.
We're still looking for Kinstone. Sean's
Everyone's still looking for the Kinstone, and Sean needs flippers. Like-
Sean.
Braixen is ahead by Hiking and Palace of Meshi and Myth.
Yeah.
And then Sean needs a Fortress Dipper too.
You know this Fortress Dipper will not be anytime soon. Oh yeah.
I mean,
so,
yes, Kuchev, it was, but that's rando.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, since we've got a runner now in Dark Castle, this heat has been rolled by Kochev, and hello to the Raiders from ZSR.
Welcome to the Minish Cap Randomizer weekly race. We do have one. Well, we suspect Braixen is in go mode here. We aren't entirely sure because there's a small chance that the lantern is going to be required for Dark Castle.
For the big key.
In which case, Braixen isn't in go mode. Otherwise, Braixen is way ahead of everyone else here and
by
about just
20
this
minutes.
last dungeon from finishing.
Yes. Yeah, the chance is pretty much 1 in 9.
It's I don't think it's exactly 1 in 9.
Well, we've got 9 checks and 1 big key, so
Sure, but also if it's vanilla, then it depends on whether there's a small key there, and also the chances for which check the big key is in aren't evenly distributed, and
yeah, but it sounds way easier to just say 1 in 9.
it's
Then-
about that, yeah. It might be closer to 1 in 8, but about that chance that Braixen needs a lantern.
Okay, the king had nothing. Well, it's a small key. But there's 2 more checks here in the basement. Well, in
Zamza, are
Okay.
you sure that... Why do you think it's 2/3 required? No. That's...
Is that how it works? It's not how it works.
No,
right?
if there's a small key there and the big key isn't vanilla, then it's also not required. So...
Yeah, it's just you lost me. You lost me. Okay, Braixen's having
Yeah,
stupid
like
turn for now.
2/3 sounds like the number for before we shuffled the big key. Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Myth is going
Braixen is-
towards... kind
Okay,
of.
I was gonna say Braixen was going for remote bomb strats on the cannonball room there. That's
I know that Bluesy does it sometimes.
yeah, that's just no, don't. There's no queue. Like you have, right?
Yeah, there's no big queue for that. Both Sean and Myth checking Percy at the same time. Oh, kind of.
Well, if they stick around and do hiking after, this is the right area. Otherwise, always skip
Sean
Percy.
can't do that though.
Yes, no, Sean needs to go to Fortress, which is also in this area. Okay. Myth is entering caster. This should be hiking. This should be go mode for Myth soon. Or is it just Great Uncle Herbert? It might be just Great Uncle Herbert. But I really hope Myth is going to do hiking when he's already here. So, there's the third smoky in a row for Braxton. Or was it 4 checks? Did Braxton already do clones?
No, Braxton didn't do clones.
I didn't think he did clone. They did clones.
They did not do clones.
It's Mashy, not Smashy Tomata.
Smashy. It's a pretty good nickname as well, though. Sean's back in Fortress, boys.
Okay, so Sean just needs to find these flippers and then go do hiking. Like, there's still a step in there.
He's getting closer. And Myth's relatively close to hiking as well.
Myth
I
is
guess.
now Myth is going to get the Kinstone here. So
Yeah. He's been very thorough all the time. So,
I don't know what else Myth has left. It might not be all that much.
looking at his own personal tracker, it's literally nothing. Well, Octo, okay.
Yeah, Octo.
But apart from that,
Okay.
nothing. Yeah.
So, yeah. You can call that a last location. I know Octo technically is left, but it's Octo.
And since it's
You're not doing
hiking,
that.
it's gonna be literally last location. Oh dear.
It's not literally last location when Octo is left. And it's also the
Yeah.
chest in hiking, not the harpies.
Yeah, but still. Okay, Buxton doing the clones here.
Wait, how did Mashy get ahead of Myth on hiking there?
I think Mashy did.
Did Mashy do short hiking without flippers?
I think so.
Okay. So, Mashy is ahead of Myth. That's go mode for Mashy. Actual 100% guaranteed go mode.
Yeah. But Mashy still needs to do the entirety of Palace. So,
Yes. No.
about 15 minutes.
Like, even if Lantern ends up being required, Braxton is
That's
probably
big key.
ahead, and
That's big key.
there is the big key. Check number 4. Lantern wasn't required. If Braxton manages Lantern this without problems.
with just 6 hearts, or 6.5, I guess.
Oh,
No one wants to bet.
Braxton didn't heal. I mean, you heal before Vati 3.
Yes.
So, like, Lantern doesn't matter for that. But yeah, that is a bit low health. No great spin for this room, that's always sad.
Yeah.
Okay, Braxton is taking the moment to get these hearts before starting the fight.
Mm.
And there's the last Kinstone for Myth.
Hooray! He's not looking too happy about it, actually. And the flip is for Sean. Hooray! Beaky was on clone stacks. And Smash using... Sorry. Braxton using the remote bomb strats. Which...
Yeah, if you are really scared about your health, that is a strat you can use. Although, if you're going to use remote bombs, throw them.
Yeah.
Bombs are not for exploding; they are for throwing at things.
Which
At
sounds
least if you're
paradoxical,
doing them
but
as a weapon.
yeah. Juggernaut, we don't know yet. We haven't come across the Juggernaut yet. Okay, Break's now entering Vati 1. And let's just hope that it goes over fast and painless. Well, painful for Vati, but painless for Brexon.
No one cares about Vati's pain.
Yeah, fair enough. You caused enough pain on both the random players and the speedrunners. And the casual players.
Okay, Sean did flute over 2 Minish Woods after getting the flippers. That makes sense. It's not the play that he needs to make here in this specific seed, but it makes sense, so...
Yeah.
Okay. Brexon doesn't have Great Spin, so... didn't go for the roll attack strat to 3-cycle Vati 1, which is harder.
Yeah. I still don't know if the quick wall attack... It's not really frame perfect, is it? The quick wall.
No, it's
More
definitely
like-
not frame perfect.
It's like 5 frames window, I guess. 5, 6 perhaps. It feels like a fairly tight window. Yeah, Sean's finally in Deepwood. The rest's in Palace or on Vati. Let's see, the Toronto hiking, not yet.
No, Sean left, like, fluted from Fortress over to
I've got a feeling that
Minish Woods.
He's not going to do hiking in a bit.
Yeah.
Especially since the flippers
Expect
opened up.
the last location there, to be honest.
Yeah, kinda. Especially since the flippers opened up so many different checks. Like, for all Sean knows, it could be in droplets underwater pot. Although I don't know about
Unless that's the compass.
unless there's a compass, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I
Hang
don't
on,
either.
no. Wasn't the compass on Blue Chew?
Okay, then the map, like whichever one wasn't there.
Ooh, hiking, yeah. So hiking is that one really long check in Castle Wilds. It's specifically the water Minish cave in the south eastern corner of the map. So I said that one little hole where you can enter as a Minish, and I think that's like two checks. That's where the final Kinston is.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's actually, it's time for Brexon to prove themselves. Just gonna go with their audio for the time being, just for the hurt sound.
Yeah. We could switch audio for the restream if Adam is quick on that.
Yeah, so as you just saw, there's like a couple enemies, and just one of them has their eye moving. And that's the genuine one that you have to kill. The other ones are just decoys. The issue is that the second arm is black inside. It's
So
dark.
this is the part that we were worried about for Lanternless.
Yeah. Ooh. He can hone it. Did he?
Doesn't equip Boomerang. This is scary.
There's it. He got it.
Wow!
He got it.
Okay! Brexon got Lanternless first try without
Right.
Great Spin and without
Awesome.
using Boomerang. That was
Awesome.
really impressive.
Yeah. Zavza, no. So Windswept Grim is banned
Just
from
don't
Rich Cap, so
go
no.
into it, Fenders.
Yeah.
So yeah. Breakson now just needs to play these 3 rounds of tennis.
Yeah, it should be fine with that. It's just
Yeah. One more.
Yeah, and it was the Kako theme. It was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah. And there's Breakson
GG.
finishing in first place. GG's to them. Let's see if Breakson is going to be joining us for an interview.
Okay, and they'll be joining us shortly. Ooh, fantastic. So yeah, the others are either in Palace or in Deepwood, with Sean trailing behind ever so slowly. Slowly but surely, I guess. However, Sean is still missing his 5th Lalofskin Stone, which is in the hiking cave in Castor Wilds, which is the one in the southeastern corner. Usually it takes quite a lot of time to actually get there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Sean actually had last location set again.
Fair enough, he already did Octo, so...
Yeah.
Oh dear.
And there's TDH finishing in second. GG's to them.
GG.
I wonder if they had the if TDH had the lantern when finishing.
Okay, I'll drag them in. And
Hey,
GG's.
GG's.
GG's. Hi.
Hey,
Hey,
how do you
okay.
like the seat?
It seemed pretty nice to me.
How did you like not having the lantern though?
Well, I mean, I just took a guess that lantern wouldn't be needed in Dark Hyrule Castle, and if it was needed, I was going to look everywhere for it, but...
Yeah, it did pay
Yeah.
off.
That worked out very nicely for you.
Yes.
That lantern list was impressive. Like,
Yeah, first time.
Oh, yeah, I just did sonar. I had the scroll that lets me do the glide
the roll attack. Yeah.
roll
Yeah.
attack, that helps.
Yeah. I would have used boomerang.
You can
because-
use the boomerang to stun them.
That stuns them forever, but
I
Yeah,
didn't
and
know that stunned Vati.
the small eye things inside the arm, yeah, it stuns those.
it stuns the eyeballs, and once stunned, the genuine one will also have the hurt sound.
Like that
What?
is.
What happens
my-
if you?
Hmm?
What happens if you get kicked out before you finish it? Does the HP reset when you're
I
kicked?
think it resets, but
I
I'm
think
not
they
sure
do.
about that. And Sean forfeit.
And Messman finished in 3rd place. Oh dear. Okay, yeah. So we've got Mashi and Myth left.
Yeah,
On
Meshi
initiative.
just done with Georg, Myth just done with Georg,
Okay.
slightly behind. Nesman just finished.
Yeah. So they're going to be.
Sean is
in-
going to be hopping in here for an interview real quick.
Yeah. And after that, yeah, it's going to be a fairly tight race between Myth and Mashi, I guess. Although the element get animation is just so long. And hey, Walk Breaker. Isn't that useful? Okay. Let's quickly drag in Sean as well. Move to... There we go. Hello, Sean.
Hello.
Hey, Sean.
GG.
What did I miss? What was for Jet part of the seed that I missed?
There wasn't one? Like, what you are missing is the kinstone of hiking.
Of course.
So I wouldn't call that the jet part of the seed.
Well, I saw people finishing at 2:05, and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to spend 20 minutes looking for it. Then I'm going to have to do Palace. Then I'm going to have to do DHC. It's not worth it. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, like the triple dip fortress and doing Octo was what hurt you, I think.
Yes.
I did
Palace was
everything,
nice.
I think.
You barely didn't
Yeah.
do any of this.
Droplets, you mean? Or
I never went in droplets at all.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Droplets had the ocarina and like a book, and that was it.
Yeah, that ocarina made my early game feel so justified because I did it as a big, massive meme
Yeah.
and just rushed vanilla climb.
Myth got the ocarina like 50 minutes in. He prolonged Quenel quite a bit. And it also...
Yeah, I mean, Myth had Kane and Ocarina before even touching Krenner.
Yeah.
So,
You tell them all the times I tried to go into... what's the dungeon in the lower right part of the map's name again?
Deepwood.
I tried to go in Deepwood like 2 or 3 times without Flippers or the Juggernaut.
Yeah, having like flippers close to the cedar as like a a requirement is actually really odd.
Yeah, we never did end up finding the Juggernaut, did we?
No, we did not.
I guess in the palace.
Do we
or-
want to? I'll quickly look it up. Hang on, I do have the spoiler somewhere. So yeah, this was a coach of seat, by the way, and Lantern.
Yeah, so you guys have the opportunity to give ban points for this, depending on how you felt about it.
I don't.
With things such as hiking, having to climb the wall in Krenner twice.
Ooh, okay. Javanan is in Palace pre-big door. That is the big key chest, I think.
Uh,
I don't feel like any of those things were bad, though. I mean, I just do hiking pretty much every time. And the wall in Krenel, you should just climb twice because it's right there. It's like it's built into the route that you should be using this time.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I
the Javanan was super locked.
I mean, it's nicer if you can avoid climbing that wall twice, like...
The first time you climb it, you don't have bombs, and then the second time you climb it, you do have bombs. You might as well go check.
Might as well go grab the Kinstone. Yeah, fair. It was definitely, like, for all that it was require having to climb it twice, it was very nice about it with the bombs. That is right.
Yeah, especially since the second time you're actually making the quick warp next to the dungeon.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you had Ocarina at that point, it doesn't really matter.
That was not an experience that I would have.
Yeah, I know. Like, usually the first Ruby Path and Droplets is worth dipping into, but...
I had Red Sword and the Cane of Paki. Oh wait, no, I didn't have Cane of Paki. I decided I didn't want to go into to Droplets because I didn't have Lantern.
Yeah, sure. Lantern, like, if you're only doing the first Ruby Path, though, Lantern doesn't matter. Like, it's slightly faster for the first Ice Rock, but not relevantly. And it's, what, 6 checks there, right there?
Don't know. Never. I always forget.
I think it's 5 rupees and the chest, right?
Yeah, I
But-
think so too.
Like, I think not having Lantern would actually make me more inclined to dip droplets because there's no choice about going further. You just do those checks and dip.
Yeah,
I
true.
thought about it, but once I left, I was like, I just committed to leaving.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was that. Like, we were thinking about whether you did hiking as early as you did because you didn't have Lantern, Ocarina. Like, because you came from
I just
getting flippers.
if I do all those checks, I just put hiking in with them because I don't feel like hiking takes me too long to do.
Sure, but I mean, like, after getting flippers, if you had Ocarina, you would have pluted to Deepwood or something, and then it's not that high.
Yep, because I very almost did hiking and then was like, no, I'll check for dungeon that just opened up. But I'm gonna jump out anyway. I need food. So
Yeah, sure thing.
Enjoy your
thanks for
food.
restream and for racing everyone. GG's, all that good stuff.
Yeah. See ya.
Bye.
Bye. So yeah, did Myth do the king?
Well, hang on. No, it's Myth. He does not do the king.
But why is he on 2 small keys?
Myth did the king? What?
Myth did king and Mashi didn't.
Wait, what? Myth did king?
Right? That's why I'm so confused, because Myth did king.
Myth never does king.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but neither did clones before moving on. And only Myth did king, which turns out was a waste of time.
Yeah. Myth always says not to do the king, and he just did the king. So it's yeah. Well, to be fair, Myth always mentions that do as he says, don't do as he does.
Yes. So, but yeah, like I was expecting a close race on Vati here because they were so close, and then Myth
Yeah.
spend an extra minute on doing king. But either way, they're still going to be finishing kind of close to each other.
Yeah.
Like, Myth will just pick up the big key here and then is half a gauntlet behind, I guess.
Hmm.
Like, he has Great Spin, pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah. He'll
So-
be fine.
Those 2 rooms are really fast, and then I'm actually spending a lot of time on these Dark Nuts.
How
I
do you
do
suggest fighting Dark Nuts without Great Spin again?
Yeah. I mean, Great Spin here, I was thinking specifically of the Keaton room for Great Spin. Because that room just feels so much nicer. It's not that it's hard without Great Spin, but it's so much nicer. So yeah, Myth is basically the Dark Knight fight behind. However long that will take him.
Oh, but he has Great Spin.
Yes, he has Great Spin, but he's gonna use Cape Stretch.
Why?
I think they are a bit faster on average still. Like, Great Spin is easier, but I think if you do it correctly, the Cape Stretch can be a bit faster.
It looks way more inconsistent to me.
Hmm?
It looks inconsistent to me. Because he's not doing perfect at it.
No, he is getting a hit in per jump about. Like, yeah, he did miss the good Dark Knight follow-up on the good RNG, so... It was still a way faster fight for Myth than it was for Mashi. So now they're, again, quite close. Okay, there's Vati 1 down for Mashi, just as Myth enters Vati 1. Taking the great spin right into killing the phase 2 of Vati there. Vati 1. Does get set on fire. And Vati did manage to teleport away there, so... Okay, there's the kill for Myth. This is second part of V2 for Mashi.
Okay, apologies for that. Yeah. So yeah, although Myth should have the execution advantage just because
Yes!
he did.
No,
he
Myth
did
has
practice
been
Vati.
catching up. Wow. Didn't expect Myth to go for that stretch. Like, Myth has been catching up on Dark Nuts. I'm not sure about on Vati 1 because he did get set on fire, and I think Mashi's Vati 1 was quite clean.
Yeah. Myth just.
And, like, now they are both on phase 3 of Vati 2.
Yeah.
And it's just,
Is there
Yeah.
a reason that Myth is putting his clones like that, or is it just to look cool?
I think it's just cool.
This looked cool.
And also for backup in cases like this? Does this still
Yeah.
work? No.
I think it
Okay.
does.
It probably does, but it did not.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, he gets it. So now it's you know,
So
Vati
yeah,
3.
now just running to Vati 3 and
So it can and will come down.
if Mashi, like, doesn't make any mistakes, he should be fine. But any mistake Mashi makes, Myth can capitalize on to overtake him here, so they are very close. Mashi taking his time on this first arm. Vati immediately popping the arm there for Myth. Blocking the arm. Okay. Now it can get in. Myth getting done with the first arm way quicker. Mashi missing the second arm with the cane. Again, Mashi having some issues hitting the eye thingy inside Vati's arm. Myth is going for Lanternless. Misses it. Does have the lantern to back it up. There's the eye thing. So, if Mashi hits every round of tennis, he's fine.
Yeah.
One round of
not.
tennis miss and Myth will be catching up. Like, that's how close they are.
Yeah. Okay, Myth having a
Myth doing
good
bomb
part.
strats to show off.
Yeah.
And there's the round miss tennis.
Yeah.
This is Myth's chance.
Yeah.
Like,
Myth,
now Myth is ahead if he hits every round.
Yeah.
Every volley. Or actually, they are dead even. Like, this is actually still down to Vatia and Shi for how long,
Yeah.
how far does he move? That's relevant now. It's the same movement for... Okay. Yeah, Myth just odd.
Yeah.
This is...
No, I think
No, this was like half a second for Myth.
Yeah.
Maybe
Myth
it took a bit longer to hit dot done after that, but
yeah.
they were within a second.
Yeah. Okay. That was,
Wow,
one
that was a
finish.
close finish.
That was a really close finish. Holy moly.
So
But
Mashi
yeah.
did agree to come in for an interview. I think Myth will probably do so as well.
Yeah. He's talking to his chat right now. Oh dear, yeah. So Myth actually did full clear the entire seed, apart from like Octo.
I mean,
and-
apart from Octo, which
Yeah.
is relevant to mention since Sean actually did do Octo. It's not like, yeah, no one did Octo. Like,
yeah.
no, Sean did go to Octo.
Y'all explored most of Droplets?
Yeah.
I mean, we
Sean
saw
did
everything in Droplets,
Oh, what was it there?
except for Underwater Pot.
Oh yeah, you told me already.
GG's.
GG's. Yeah, that was.
That was close.
Sync.
And
That was
we're
almost
just
synced.
4 second different in race time. You finished within a second of each other.
Yeah.
Like, I think Meshi took a bit longer to hit dot done after actually finishing.
I had my finger hovered over the finish button when I hit Betty.
Yeah, like, it was less than a second between your two finishes.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think Myth was still first, but it was close.
Hello.
Hello, welcome. GG.
GG's.
Yeah, GG's.
So, yeah.
Who else
Like-
nearly lost location that?
Hmm.
Sorry?
Who else nearly lost location the Kinstone?
Well,
Sean almost did.
Just me.
if Sean had kept going.
Yeah. Sean actually did Octo.
Yeah, Sean
Yeah, I
did
was
Octo.
doing Octo. I was like, this might be this kind of seed that calls for it, but
I could not find the bow.
Myth, you have an echo coming.
oh,
Yeah, if I found the bow earlier, that probably would have helped me a lot.
Yeah. We also had Sean bailing Fortress before getting the flippers.
don't bail Fortress.
Yeah,
Tell that
I
Sean.
mean, that's what we said. But
Yeah.
Also, the Kinstone up in Sean Cave was it was just
Hilarious.
icing. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, shit.
icing on the cake.
surprisingly, I don't think that gave like a lot of trouble to anyone. At least from what we saw.
It was so avoidable.
Yeah, you
It
kind of
really
avoided that
was
a bit.
though, because by the time you had bombs, you had mids to go back to.
Yeah. Yeah, Krenna was definitely a region of two parts before.
Oh yeah, you were absolutely required to double dip, double climb the wall. But yeah, Braxney actually managed to finish without getting the lantern at all.
Yeah, I thought so. I was like, this can be a lantern lead, can't it?
Yeah,
Didn't find the Kinstone for like 40 minutes.
just do hiking.
Just do hiking forehead. I'd already decided when I got those flippers, I was like, dude, that opens up so much. I'll do Deepwood, Droplets, and then like take it from there. I don't want to do hiking yet. And then, yeah.
But that's where your Kinstone was.
That's
For your
what happened.
goal.
You're like, I don't like that location. I don't like the feel of that location and the seed. And then the new last location an hour later.
Like I felt like I was so far behind because of the bow. And then like when I finished Deepwood, I was like, okay, where do I go now? I was like, okay, no one's finished yet. That means the Kinstone's in a really dumb spot. So I'm going hiking.
And you had already done short hiking before flippers, right?
Yeah, I did.
So that also helped. Like when you decided to go to hiking, Myth was already on it, but hadn't done short hiking before. So suddenly you had overtaken Myth there and were slightly ahead of him in Palace.
So we were like neck and neck throughout entirety of Palace.
Yeah,
and-
like you started your like death animation as Meshi collected his element.
Right, yeah.
Oh wow. So
Then you decided to do King and Meshi didn't?
Yeah.
But you made up some time on execution during Darkness and Vati.
Yeah.
So that
I
means
thought that
getting
might be-
grabbed actually cost me a place.
Oh, you got grabbed?
It took. It definitely took more than
One
5
volley
seconds to get
on
back.
Vati 3 cost you a place.
And missing a shot on Body 3 as well.
Yeah,
So, like-
exactly. Then it's volley. That'll cost you.
But getting grabbed by the floor master definitely cost me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, did you have great spin, Mashi?
I'm sorry?
Did you have great spin?
No.
Okay, Myth did, so that also made up some time difference.
Where was it?
I think the one you got was the second ice block in droplets, right, Myth? For great spin?
Sorry, great spin. I can't.
Okay, I just picked up.
I did most of the droplets.
Long spin is in Minish Middle Fusion, and Great Spin is
Minish? Yeah, that was the first spin.
Yeah, and Great Spin can be. It's not called Great Spin, is it?
It is.
Tower top right.
I did have. Yeah.
Wind
I didn't get it in Wind Tribe.
Yeah,
No, so you got. So you had to collect every other spin scroll then to get great spin?
yeah.
Okay.
I had great.
Yes, exactly. You had picked up long spin as your first spin, so you needed all the 3 other spin scrolls to
Yeah.
have
But-
great spin.
Where was Downstrike?
An Octo.
It was on Octo. Of course it was.
There was a bottle and a down thrust on Octo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew there were 2 items on Octo because I thought cleared the dungeon.
And Juggernaut was way up in Palace in pre-big door, which I think is the big key chest.
Yeah, that sounds about right. No, that's not Fan Loop. That is the vanilla big key chest. So north of Fan Loop.
Yeah.
I hope no one was potentially dark. That was bad.
I saw it. I saw it.
I think Droplets Overhang is that big chest on the with the first
Yes.
ruby path.
Yes.
Imagine getting good RNG on the dark nets and it
And then screwing it up.
doesn't.
And then not getting the fast kill off of it. That would have made it less close though.
Yeah.
Clearly that's the entire reason you didn't get it, right? You want to make things really, really close for us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my Dark Nuts was awful too. I think
Yeah,
the
you
Dark Nuts conspired to keep it close.
It wasn't a great set of Vati fights. I had bad RNG in Vati 1. And then Vati 2 man fire purple. Exactly the wrong spot.
Myth, you're breaking up here and there. Your mic is added again.
Ugh.
Thanks for having me. I'm gonna head out now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks
see
for
ya.
racing. See ya.
Yeah, GG's.
Yeah, for other things, slightly away from the seat, but as you might know, we do have those variety races every month, either second or third week. Which is going to be next week. And we haven't announced what those are yet. Do you want to know?
Yes, I do. What is it?
So, some of you might know that Racetime.gg recently added team races.
Ooh.
So we're doing co-op.
Ooh.
So average time info share co-op. And to have some interesting settings for co-op, we're using Plentiful Key Sanity 3 elements pad, different from race settings.
That sounds lovely. Myth, you've got some reverb there. No, it's gone.
Anytime I adjust my microphone settings, it's just getting worse and worse. I give up on my mic. It decides to not work.
They won.
This mic is a completely separate mic to the one that's attached to my headset, and it's still getting. I don't know how there can be interference between the audios.
Yeah. Audio stuff is magic. Don't worry about it.
It really is. Alright, any other final thoughts before we wrap up?
I got
Don't
nothing.
bait Fortress.
Oh yeah.
Never bait Fortress. Never ever do that. Unless you're
Always
in
give
Germany.
mercy. Don't pay Fortress. Rush
Go
hiking.
high.
Alright, GG's to the runners, Sean, Mashi, Myth, and Brixton. That was fun to watch. And thank you to Hendrix, iBot, Tomotech, and Zaza for tracking and calming. So as far as ZSR goes, there's a bunch of Link to the Past No Main Glitches tournament rounds going on today. There's still 3 more happening, and then
Yeah, like 3 in a row starting at 5 p.m. Eastern.
yeah,
Right?
basically one after the other, basically.
Like 5, 7, and 9 p.m. Eastern, all on ZSR main.
Yep. And then as well as the Ocarina of Time Blackout Bingo and Skyward Sword Randomizer tournaments are still holding matches this week. And then just a couple other variety of weekly races
Some
later. There will
Skyward
probably
Sword.
be more later.
Rando is getting to semifinals.
So yeah, we're gonna we'll head over. So we'll head over to Gymnast doing Wind Waker 100% runs, and I think that's it for here. Any other final goodbyes?
Not really, no.
Given that you already asked that and we
I
didn't
did.
have anything.
I tend to repeat myself because I just like forget words sometimes.
Yeah, go join our Discord. We're fun. Huge Cap is also fun. Yeah. That's it.
So take care, everybody. Goodbye.
See ya.
Bye.